Hi everyone. Today Making History is going to celebrate the end of National Poetry Month by putting together a poem in your pocket. These are almost like little matchbooks where you put a poem inside and decorate the outside. You can put them up, they fold like a wallet, and you can put them in your pocket, you can throw them in your bag, you can give them away as presents, and it's a really nice way to remember poetry. I've picked out a bunch of different poems. I printed some out, put some on a computer, and made a file with a bunch of different poems I like. And then I'm just going to select one and just cut it out. We can trim it a little bit later. You want to make sure you're going to get it trimmed later on to match it to the cardboard that you use. And this is something that you can do at home. You don't really need special materials. If you don't have a printer, write out the poem from a book. There's all kinds of things. Write your own poem. So how do we get to this pretty gold piece? I just started with a matzo box. You can start with a cereal box, a box of raisins, all kinds of things. You're going to take the box, you're going to open it all up on every side, flatten it, and then you're just going to cut down one of the seams. Sometimes you can pull it open really easily, but I'm just going to cut here. And then once it's all flat, you can open it up and decide which side you want to use, of the inside or the outside. I took some of these boxes and took them outside and I spray painted them. I had some gold paint around, so I thought that would be pretty for the outside, and then I could decorate it later after. But if you wanted to use this, I went to the dollar store and found some inexpensive acrylic paint. You can use that too. This is a box of sweetener, I think, that I used, and I just painted the back. I had a little bit of house paint that had some metallic in it, and then I put a little bit more yellow on top. Just random colors, but it'll look nice when it's dry. And you can always put something on top of drawing or whatever you want. So that's just the outside. Once you've done that, you're going to set it aside, let it dry. Make sure to rinse your brushes. And I put that in water, and make sure you put the lid on your paint. And then getting started. So we've got a dry piece of cardboard. We've got it cut approximately the width of our different poems. I've picked a poem and I'm going to make sure it matches up on the sides. And we're going to want to fold the bottom part down. After we trim this up, you're going to see that on the bottom you have a little sort of notch that the top part can fit into, so that when it closes like a little wallet, it stays shut and you can tuck it in. So that part has to be glued, but when you glue it, you have to make sure that when you fold it up, that you don't glue it all the way. So you leave like a 1/4 inch at the top. So we're going to glue down our poem. I like to tuck it into the bottom a little bit. It's neater that way, but you don't have to. You can do it any which way you want. And I'm just going to glue that down, and then I'm going to fold up the bottom and hold that there while the glue is drying. I just used a binder clip. You can use a paper clip, or you can just hold it with your fingers for a little while and it should be dry. It doesn't take very long. I just used regular glue. You can use just any kind of glue that you have around the house. Glue sticks, rubber cement, whatever you have. It should work just fine. And then when I fold it over, I make an extra crease on the top so that it can bend easily. I'm going to trim off the flap, and then it's ready to go. It should be ready to go. You can tuck it in, test it out, just to make sure that you got everything there. I'm going to do it again real quick. I'm going to speed this up. You put your glue down. I've already measured my poem. I've already trimmed the sides. I'm going to put it down on the inside. Again, if you make a mistake and you put it on the gold side, and I did that to one of them, I decided, okay, it looks pretty with the gold inside, and I can just paint the outside when I'm finished. Not a problem. So it doesn't matter which side you put it on. Any kind of paint will do. or just colored pencils or crayons. You can just decorate them any way you want. So again, I'm going to let that one dry, and that's ready to go, just about. So I just want to show you, after I finish creasing this, I want to show you a couple of examples of a poem in your pocket. I selected a sonnet by Shakespeare. I found a really nice poem by National Poet Laureate Joe Harjo, and I love Joy Harjo's work. I found another longer poem that I really like by Maya Angelou called Still I Rise, and this is that one, and I put a little plant rising up on the side, but because it's so long I had to fold it up an extra time, so I made a fold there, and then I flattened it on the inside when I folded it up so that the fold part is the part that tucks in. So you can put a longer poem inside if you want. There's all different kinds of ways that you can do it. So you can see how that folds out for a longer poem. There's a couple of other ones. This one was about never giving up, and it was a poem by Ana Limon, and it's called About Never Giving Up, and it's about trees and how they blossom and bring flowers and leaves every year, even though we think in the winter they've given up. So I decorated this one with flowers on the side.
Hi again, this is Melanie Laborowitz with Making History at the New Mexico History Museum. Thank you for joining us and celebrating at the tail end of National Poetry Month. And now we all have a poem in our pocket. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you again soon.